Hey, this is Caramanti coming to you live all the way from my home in Kingston, Jamaica, letting you know that you're locked into Caribbean TV, all right? Keep it locked.
About the cinematographer, Monsieur Jean-René Renville, who is our special guest, who is here today to release his brand new film, a documentary Culture Clash. Jean-René Renville was born in Forchet, Haiti. He holds a Master of Fine Arts in Film, Video, and New Media from the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. Yes, he's a Chicagoan for sure. He's seen some winters here. Monsieur Renville is the founder of iVision TV, which is a television network focuses on the Caribbean diaspora based out of Tampa, Florida. Jean-René produces a weekly show, Michael Etienne at Large. The show is to discuss the important political and legal issues in mainstream and local media. And Janice and I, who is from Caribbean TV World, and I've been working with Monsieur Jean-René Renville, and I'll be sitting there like, wow, got a good camera. So I finally got to meet the man that's doing those good camera. Welcome. You have the floor now. My pleasure.
Good evening, everyone. Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. For me, I guess I'm really a non-speaker. So for the most part, usually most projects that I do, I always want to show the project even before I really go into any conversation. Then that way, later on, you guys can ask me questions, based on what you see. So, because I don't want to say too much and then like, oh, what kind of work are you doing? So I'd rather, screen the movie and then after, then we can get into discussion. Is that fine?
American youth don't know what the immigrants at that time had to go through when it comes in a land, a strange land, good land.
Immigrant children and children of immigrant parents from the Caribbean often struggle with two cultures without fully identifying with either group. They come to know the norms, values, and customs their parents promote on one hand and those promoted by American culture on the other hand. These two cultures are often viewed as opposing each other, a situation which is culture clash.
Because we're children of immigrant parents, we were taught don't do anything to attract the law.
For me, I had heard in Haiti that America was a land that was completely clean and beautiful, and you could find gold on the streets and everything was going to be wonderful. And so I, like many other immigrants, thought about the American dream.
I think I was raised in the right town at the right time. Perhaps if I was in Sanford, Florida, for example, as a young Haitian American, I wouldn't accomplish anything because things would be very difficult. There'll be a lot of barriers.
Coming from the Caribbean, a lot of us never knew what race disparity was. We've always had a class system in the Caribbean.
They had a beat-up day for Haitians and one for Jamaicans and one for Latin. So it wasn't so easy to really admit that you were Haitians. A lot of the students were afraid because that also meant you weren't popular, or also meant that you were different.
When people try to label you, they kind of have a hard time. It's like, you're not black, you're Haitian. Well, I am black and Haitian, but does black have to be synonymous with African American? Black is black.
I think many Caribbean Americans, even when they come to the United States, sometimes live in African American communities. And if they don't live specifically in an African American community, they often live in a diverse, mixed community. So they see the different type of struggles that exist even here as African Americans.
Sometimes, yeah, I do feel like I'm torn between the two cultures because you want to know where your roots are. And as I was growing up, my parents tried to keep me as American as possible so I could be accepted by the Americans. But it turns out Americans really don't accept you.
Because we very quickly will set ourselves up against others. or use a term like culture clash. You know, it's this negative, there's a separation, there's a chasm between groups, whether it's between Jamaicans and Haitians, which fought all the time growing up, you know, or whether it's between all the minorities, and there's just constant divisions.
Project, I guess I wanted to kind of see sort of like with any screening, really how everyone, you know, what's your culture identity or what's your culture clash moment, if any?
Well, I think I would say quickly is one thing they also have mentioned in the movie, that we put everyone global, and we have 2 Americans here that I know of. Are you an American? Well, you're Haitian, okay. So American, but we tend to think everybody is Haitian American, because I made that mistake with Jennifer Blanc, right? I thought you were Haitian American, but you're American.
Well, you say American.
Well, I don't really. I see myself as Haitian American.
Yeah, but you were born here.
Yes, I was born
here.
Are you
talking about me when you said 2?
Yes.
I'm not American.
Oh, you're not?
I'm not American.
Oh, how do you
It's interesting that you put me in that category.
Oh, okay. No, how do you identify yourself?
My children doesn't identify themselves as
No. How do you identify yourself?
Well, you know, one thing I did like about this was that I thought about my parents, because my parents took it, there's culture shock or culture clash between cultured African American.